It's time.
We are back in studio.
I gotta come to the left a little.
To the left, to the left.
He's back and slightly more sober this week than he was last.
Hey, only slightly.
Well, for now.
For now. In due time. In due time. Not by myself. That's always good.
Every time I come back, there's just more stuff.
No, there's actually not more stuff this time.
Is it
It's
just
the
in
same
different spot?
You've been gone.
I was gone a week. Settle down.
gone.
I'm not like Steve. I didn't tornado
Typically, it's
Tuesday
like-
myself just right out of the booth.
Like just tornadoes.
Just like-
I'm out. Okay.
We don't have a lot of news and stuff today, so.
Peanut butter or salted caramel, boys?
Peanut butter salted caramel.
Nah.
Why not?
Peanut butter? Have you ever
mean-
had Screwball?
Yeah.
That's what this is, a better
Essentially-
version of Screwball.
Okay.
Plus
And
salted
then
caramel. Why wouldn't you go
salted
half and
caramel.
half?
I'll have both.
Yeah, why not together?
I think you start with peanut butter.
I'm not ready for that.
You're,
I'm
he's
throwing
back.
bows.
He's back. Throwing bows on us just because, I yell at him.
I think you start with PB.
fine.
All right, that's fair. Not to mention, it's like $12 cheaper than Screwball.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I can get behind that.
Houston, we may have a problem.
That is.
Well, is your tracker sheet pulling up the correct date? Or are we just...
What do you mean?
Mine's not showing that one again. Remember how we had this issue?
Yeah, mine doesn't have that issue.
Yeah, just mine. So that's good.
We're calling it a personal problem? Fortunately, if it's your
I
problem,
resaved it to
is
see if
our
it-
problem as well.
Jumped in there. At all.
Let's make sure to timestamp this week. So let's write that down, not screw that up. Look. It's just a great sound.
It smells so good. I mean, if you like peanut butter, I guess.
Yeah. You clearly have to like peanut butter or you might vomit.
But I mean, when I first heard of peanut butter whiskey,
we're good.
I did not think that I was going to like it.
Why? You like peanut butter?
It's fine. But like, do you guys like Fireball anymore?
I mean,
Like, never really
I
did.
don't think I ever liked it. It was always just a shot.
I was a Prairie
Right, but
Fire
like peanut
guy.
butter whiskey is enjoyable.
I guess I don't think I've just sipped on those.
Oh yeah.
On what?
On those.
Like a peanut butter whiskey?
I mean, I gotta get through this Skittle.
It's not a Skittle.
It's so good.
False advertising.
It's bad. It's not
And
bad.
it's it's such a
You're
dessert.
really just all over the place.
So I have
Slanging it on
actually
here.
at
Bowl
one
in
point
China shop is back.
at one point just to make the drink, just because I wanted like a grape peanut butter, grape fierce Gatorade and peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
PB&J.
PB&J, pretty solid.
Also, in my defense, Ryan has nothing within like 3 feet of him.
He
and
does.
I just like,
everything over
and then
here.
I brought more stuff to get in the way
That's
today.
the extra
Like,
stuff.
just
There it is.
like,
Well, also in my defense, I have the computer.
I bring papers so that I don't have this to deal with.
It's because you're old.
Like,
Okay.
But I have to type stuff in, and then you guys have to
I
actually
also-
see the screen.
And I have to produce the show.
So,
So
touche.
wait, really, all you have to do is sit there, look at your piece of paper, and drink.
I'm just here to bitch.
Yeah, right. He's back. all right.
And you were mad I wasn't in the studio last week.
I tell you what, though, when it's just you, it's kind of a little weird.
Yeah.
Because like, who do I
just
tell?
eerie.
Like, because you feed off each other. You go to
Yeah.
look. You do
Right.
things, and I was just like,
So when you're looking,
hey, hey,
I actually
camera.
have to look at the
Like I
camera.
have to look at the camera because I have to talk to you, not
You're right.
the ghosts next to me that are sometimes
Looking
on
at
the
a
phone.
camera and trying to be natural is very hard from someone with a broadcasting background. Like, it's a completely different dynamic of how talented people are that are looking at cameras and then actually still feel natural.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that you have to work at.
Yeah, it was interesting. So, what do we got this week? What's up? KU, Rock Chalk. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, that's not
Make
even like
money on them.
That's
so
fine.
excited.
well, like
I'm gonna
they're
ride
gonna-
until it dies.
So you're riding them this week.
Oh, maybe.
Big 12 is just upside down.
That loss cost. They're not getting the playoffs.
So we're talking about
Okay.
eventually going to be talking about the Kansas TCU game
Game day.
when Oklahoma and Texas are playing this week.
And Auburn, Georgia, and Alabama, Texas A&M.
Yeah, and
All games
I'd
that
rather watch
were-
KU TCU.
That at 0-0 to start the season.
Much better.
Great weekend setup. Just
Much better.
Like
Oh, I
you're
enjoyed
looking
that.
at all of
Oh,
those
yeah.
games going, oh my gosh,
this is a day.
rivalry game.
Right.
Boom, this, that.
And now you're going, ew, KU TCU. Let's go.
well, yeah, I mean, game day is going to be there. So they're
Game
saying
day's-
it's not just us
It's
that's
not just
saying
us,
that.
it's
Like they're
Jalen Daniels.
Oh yeah. We'll get to it. You guys got any hyped up stuff?
There's not a lot of news.
I gotta figure out life real
The
quick.
only news that really came out is how many people, and we already knew that there was an egregious mishandling of Tua's situation, but like people actually getting fired or put on leave and stuff like that, or getting called out for just blatantly mishandling that situation.
yeah, but the NFL will continue to do this until something happens.
You mean death happens?
Well, yeah, but that's the
Does it have to go to
ultimately though. Like death doesn't happen. Like I mean, we don't have any history.
Correct.
So like that's the problem.
that? Right.
Because to your point, yes,
They'll push
not,
that
not
limit.
to be morbid about it,
Right.
but literally that doesn't. But what it causes is in ways worse.
I'm not wrong. You're not wrong.
Tight end catches a ball, gets hit, it clearly stumbles, struggles to get off the field. Brady hikes the ball. Oh, it was Brait in the Bucs game.
yeah.
Ran into his own dude.
Watching with my wife, I said, that guy is concussed, needs to be taken out of the game. They're barely giving him time to get off the field. Bucs got called for 12 men on the field because he didn't make it off in time.
Right.
I said, I'm watching. No one from the NFL can see that and buzz down. I'm watching the game from my couch.
Yeah.
He does not play the entire second half. They let
his
him play
concussion.
6 plays between then and halftime, at which at any point, had he got hit in the head, caught the ball, he's at, 100 times the risk or,
Right,
whatever
whatever.
the science is behind that. That's inexcusable.
You know why? Because now we've had it's happened a lot, but both of those were during 2-minute drills.
I don't care.
I know, but that's like the reason they just let it go. Oh, it's almost halftime. He'll be fine.
No, just no. Like, I mean, I don't know how deep we want to dive into this, but like, if I at home and like I am literally sitting there like pausing the thing,
he's
like
concussed.
I
Oh, yeah.
rewound it, showed my wife, and I'm like, this is why these things happen. And we can buzz down for some idiot ass review with 2 minutes left in the game when team's down 3 touchdowns, but you can't get a
concussion.
dude off the field during a 2-minute warning in which his own team got called for 12 men on the field
Right.
because he didn't get his concussed ass off the field in time.
Although, like, as a quarterback, though, couldn't you just waited
For
He had
what?
him to get off the field?
Yeah, but I mean, to
I
your
know,
point,
I'm
it was
saying, though.
2-minute.
Like-
It was 2-minute warning
Right.
though.
Yeah,
Like,
it was 2-minute drill.
rushing.
Yeah.
That's how injured he was, and they had 3 timeouts.
I know. Like, it was
So like, it had
no reason for that
No
penalty.
reason. First of all, no reason for the penalty.
He shouldn't have. They should have.
Also, as soon as he falls down
Like
after
that?
he tries to stand up,
You blow it
they're
dead.
buzzing. We are
Get him
buzzing until the whistle blows.
Absolutely.
We're turning the lights off in the state. Like,
Right.
I mean, we've got all of this player safety
I-
bullshit for quarterbacks getting hit too hard or like the defender falling on his shoulder
Too
or
much
whatever.
weight.
But we're not going to protect the dude that's stumbling around the damn field and can't get off in time and during a 2-minute drill.
I'm interested to see what the
Get
NFL
your shit together, NFL.
NFLPA and,
Fired up
and
about this.
NFL is coming out with some things. I believe it'll come out this week. It's supposed to go into effect potentially this week, if not next, with a new protocol. To me, the players have to take. They're going to have to take control for any change to happen. Like in that scenario, the players should just stood there and held onto the ball and said, "We're not playing because he's concussed." It won't happen.
He was the only one. Like, all he had to do was lay down.
I mean, also that too.
But again,
yes.
I'm watching from home.
Why?
If the NFL it cares.
There's the key word.
Yeah, but they
don't.
NFL cares. They have there's a business.
NFL cares. Yes, I agree, but they don't truly care.
But I'm just saying, like, if I'm Brait and something were to happen and I showed that play and asked the NFL why you didn't buzz down, what's the NFL's response? Like, don't they am I wrong that they have a neurosurgeon watching to make them buzz?
I believe they do. That's the whole point.
Right. Okay. I'm just making sure that I'm not like that was the whole independent. Like,
I think the
guy,
moral of
all
the
those
story.
things.
The moral of the story is like for the NFL, people aren't gonna stop watching. So like in that situation, nobody stopped watching because Tua this is that. Break goes down. Nobody stopped watching. People are gonna watch next week. They're gonna watch next week. So at the same time that it's an NFL problem, it's hard to put it on us as fans because we still love the product. For the most part, we love the product. But at the same time, until they start to lose some sort of money because they're not going to lose the money. That's the thing.
Well, I'm not going to stop watching. It's not me that's getting concussed.
Not anymore.
I mean, I've been concussed. I've had 3 concussions.
Right. Right.
I understand what the repercussions of that can be, but like ultimately, these dudes are getting paid a lot of money to be on the field. They're not going to take themselves off the field.
No.
Like Tua didn't have a choice. Like, I mean, those
The
are the
Tua
obvious
situation
ones.
is
like
just,
that's a whole nother.
It's just
like yeah. Anyways, they're investigating that.
Again, Tua still chose to play,
I don't know how,
but he did. Like,
I just don't understand. So
have
like,
you had a concussion?
oh yeah,
He lives in the concussion. You know how it feels. It's not good. I couldn't imagine wanting to continue playing specifically as a quarterback, or it doesn't matter. When you get concussion, you don't feel right.
no.
And then the history of like if you get 2 and 3 and it's just not good.
But as an athlete, like during heat of the moment, you don't want to come out. You want to keep playing. I get that.
I
mean, the NCAA is doing a much better job about it than the NFL is in regards to those. Like, so they do I guarantee in the NFL they do some sort of baseline testing and all this stuff. The exact same stuff that we did in the NCAA, probably to a better degree of what we did in the NCAA of, hey, you have to read this list of numbers and then you have to read it backwards, and whatever your times are, if you don't hit that time or within a certain like standard deviation of that time, then all right, guess what? You're done.
Yeah, but the trick to that is you can make that easier for your concussion, right? Like you can delay it. You can miss a couple words. There was I don't know who was talking about it in sports talk, but like your baseline, you can control what your baseline is. So therefore, when you have a concussion, like you can height like it's not a concussion because he missed the same amount.
So I guess the only thing that we dealt with when I was wrestling is like we had guys do that, and obviously there's adrenaline, you're out of breath, you're doing these things like you just went through a big scramble or whatever it was. And we had guys do that. I mean, of course, I probably read a little bit slower on mine too. But in the heat of the moment, when you want to just get back out and compete and you try reading faster and you do read faster and you do this stuff and then your baseline looks very faulty, they don't like that as trainers where they're like,
but
passed. You just beat this by 15 seconds.
But you passed.
You were in a complete clear state of mind when you read it the first time. You just went through rigorous activity, you are out of breath, and you just had some head trauma, whatever it might be, but you're reading faster now. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Right. But like that's the whole thing of like it happens, we remove you, safety first, and now we're going to take a baseline right now, but like you don't just get to go back in. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry.
You should it should be an automatic. You're done for the game. Like as immediately as minimum as possible.
I feel like okay, like maybe the NFL starts going to like baseline before every game. Like, does it get to that point where before every game? Because I might read differently on Monday than I do on Sunday, whatever it is. But like, give a baseline.
I'm just looking for the egregious stuff that I can see as a
If you're knocked out, you fall like a damn
body instability of any sort is immediate.
It was a back
sign
injury
that your body could not take whatever just happened, and it didn't have anything like when I don't get hit below the shoulder pads and I stand up and cannot, my brain has been impacted.
Correct.
End of story.
Yeah.
Now, how mild or
but that's for next week.
Now,
I know
is for next week.
That's next week.
It's not for this game.
No, it's not for this game.
So as soon as you see that, it's buzz, find the player, take his helmet, take his shoulder pads,
and be done.
He's done.
He's done.
And like all of your testing is done post game. We don't need to do it right now. That guy needs
to do it now.
Get out of all of this stuff. Like,
you're done.
I want the baseline to be done. To Ryan's point, I want your baseline to be done when you're at the same level.
Yeah.
Not adrenaline or I also don't want you to read as you're dead. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, give yourself, because you're, to your point, like, you don't feel up to it if you got concussion, whether that's for a day, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, or your life, which may be the case in Tua's. But I mean, he still wants to come back and play.
So,
like next week.
So for Tua's thing, so like the first week that it happened, when he was, unstable, wobbly, that kind of stuff. 4 days before it happened. So for me, when I broke my neck and when, I got hit at practice, I could feel like a loss of strength in extremities, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't a head trauma, so I still had enough control.
Mm-hmm.
Was I maybe a little yes. But was I wobbling and falling to the ground again or any of that stuff? No.
And
not even close.
Broke your neck.
Yes.
Like you actually had a neck back injury?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. I just verified because
Tua
only hurt his neck.
But the thing is like, so my body, when it happened, boom, impact, my body like fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was weird. The tingly, numb tingly that they always ask, can you feel your fingers? Are you numb and tingly?
Right.
Yeah, 100% I was. So at that point, I got up and I walked and but I wasn't wobbly enough to fall down. That's the thing.
I've never been that concussed, by the way.
It was that.
Yes.
And this was that bad of an injury that, have surgery less than 24 hours later.
Right.
And so in comparison to football, in a sense, my neck injury was very similar to Peyton Manning's.
Mm-hmm.
When he broke his neck, had his fusion, had everything. Very similar injuries.
That's why your games are so similar.
Exactly.
Golf games.
Wow. We got Peyton.
He's probably better. I don't know now. Now I got that putter in the bag.
Putter. It's still in plastic.
It's still in the plastic. And I can hit. I'm pretty accurate on our living room carpet. That's pretty flat.
It's running a good five.
He's got 3 different styles of carpet in his house, so he can practice through all cuts.
Yep.
No, I just put around Willow's toys.
That's fair.
There you go.
Put obstacles. But nonetheless, like seeing that, I could tell, okay, you're either about to be paralyzed because you have a disc that's compressing some part of your spinal cord that's not allowing you to do that, or guess what? Your head got hit pretty freaking hard, and you were out. Like, watch the UFC one time. Yeah. Watch one of those guys get hit in the jaw and then just stumble around. Yeah. That's exactly what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So, does this deter you from your boys playing at all?
I mean, at this point, I would say, like, is it a topic of discussion? Yes, but does it deter me from having them play? No.
Same.
I mean, it's still too. I feel like, and right or wrong, like, I feel like a lot of it is, 1, observation of how your kid is being coached, but 2, also observation of, like, knowing your child and watching your child.
Yeah.
So, do I want to take my kid out of something simply because there is a risk of X? Now, obviously football, but, like, soccer's the most
concussions, actually.
So, like, you know, nobody thinks of soccer as a collision sport. So, like, football gets a bad rep because of the speed and
severity.
Physicality of collisions. But no, I wouldn't. Now, I am not going to try to talk my kid into playing football if he doesn't want to play football. However, the concussion part of it is not something that I'm going to prevent my kid from the opportunity. And I won't put my kid into tackle football until later in life than possibly most people, I guess. He'll play flag football until probably 5th or 6th grade.
Oh, in Ankeny, they don't even have tackle until 5th. So
right, which is to me
which
like
I don't.
That might like I didn't play tackle football till 7th grade.
I didn't play until 5th grade.
Yeah,
So
I was
like
7th grade.
I mean, but these kids playing 2nd, 3rd grade now, it
Yeah.
just doesn't do anybody any good. We're not learning anything by being in pads as a 7-year-old or 8-year-old.
No.
People
Even
who
as
say
a
people
10
who
or
say you want to
12-year-old,
get them
really.
used to. So
You don't-
there are some flag football leagues now that have them wear like
They do
the
pads
bump
with
caps,
flags.
or
Yeah.
they have the pads with flags. Okay, if you want them to truly get used to it and the pace of play with the feeling of having pads on, sure. Go
But even
ahead.
that I somewhat disagree with because you're going to pull a flag. So what am I
you're
going
totally-
to do when I go to pull the flag? I'm going to put my head down
Yeah.
with the helmet
we were just-
on, which is exactly what we're trying
See,
to
now you're
avoid.
flaring up this weekend during the game when I was coaching and my phone decided to factory reset. Different story. But anyways, I was telling Michelle this is I really don't like flag from a coaching training perspective.
Right, you're not
specifically
training a lot
for
of
defense
anything
because
good.
nothing they're doing is what I would teach.
No.
So like I've taught them actually to get in front and essentially wrap up and grab the
Right.
flag because when they're just reaching and diving, it's like none of that is football related at all.
The only
on
thing you can
defense.
do like to teach flag football defense, I think that's like remotely good is like the corralling and or contain
Yes, and your
aspect.
angles, those two, those.
So like
yes.
but I mean, what do you, how
Or else
much
the
can
little
you
kids.
teach that to a 7-year-old?
Right.
I mean,
They do their own thing. Trust
Right.
me.
It's
Exactly.
grow
We
up
got
with
cut
two
back
older
on
brothers.
twice, and I about lost my mind.
So I like growing up with two older brothers where we play this smear game in the back.
This
Well,
mirror game.
in the backyard.
You know that one.
But I mean,
what do they call that? Smear the Ryan?
strange person. But yeah, I mean, that's how I learned to freaking wrap up while I wrestled too. So
Yeah.
that helps. But like,
Yeah,
figure it out.
figure it out. All right, off the concussion talk.
Yes.
Let's. Why don't we get to some of the Twitter stuff, and then so we can notate that we're done with that. I have it in here. I
Just for an update, we're on to the mix.
50 to nice already.
Yeah.
It's been 20
Well, I mean,
minutes.
they were small pours.
I'll just type it in here. 6:50 to 23:15. All right, moving on. All right, let's look at some of these.
Fellas, there's a lot of red there.
What are you? You're not supposed to be looking at that yet. I also need to make sure that our
It's not as bad as what you think. Actually, you.
No,
did,
I know.
you-
I did fine.
he's got the shitty shot, so it's all.
I have both
really
of them.
Matters. Oh,
But
that's
by-
ideal.
I have both of them by tiebreaker in college and NFL by 1 pick,
It don't matter.
and I would have lost the tiebreaker.
Loss
still,
is a loss.
So.
L's an L. All right, let's get to some of our tweets. The Lions have scored the most points in the NFL this season with 140, and they are 1-3. And I don't know if you guys can see this because it's small, but Cole immediately reply of, "That's so Lions."
So Lions.
They're scoring points. Goff looks
Yeah, their offense has weapons.
defense
Even when
Jamal-
they lost their
Jamal
best weapon
Williams.
this weekend, they put up 45.
sure did. They lost 3. They had 3 down. They
So
didn't-
have they lost all 3 games scoring more than 40 points?
No,
Or
they
2
only
out of-
scored 24 against the Vikings.
Okay, so they've lost 2 out of 3 scoring more than 40 points.
Yep.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in the NFL, guys.
No.
it's happening right now.
it
happens in the Big 12.
It happens to the Lions.
Right.
It doesn't happen in the NFL.
Happens to the Big 12.
So
All right, this one. For all our golf fans out there, this one I was just scrolling, and you know those things that just get you, that you just like the immediate laugh and you can't control it. This was it. If it decides.
I was talking to my buddy yesterday. He saw Allen making fun of Bryson. He did not see what happens after it, which is the best part.
Why won't this play?
It's buffering.
Is it connected to the internet?
Yeah, because the other one popped up. You know what? Let's just
What's internet speed?
Oh, here we go. Oh, the old Bryson under the rope.
Watch though. This guy
hit the.
Yo, you didn't see it either.
No, I didn't either because I lost it.
No,
here.
that was the best part.
And Bryson.
Watch, this guy misses. He misses grabbing it, and actually Bryson's himself.
So we have a making fun of Bryson and then a full Bryson.
Yes, like he accidentally
Full Bryson.
He whiffs on the grab and just runs right into it.
That's great. That's great.
I'm glad you missed that too.
I did too.
miss
I'm not gonna lie.
That's just glorious.
So honestly, like I watched it the first time thinking that the joke was
the dude, not
them together. But then as I watched, I'm like, oh, he did not miss grabbing the rope. Like I thought they were doing like a parody type of thing.
No.
And I was like, no, he didn't have any idea because the other guy grabs the rope first, trying to get him under.
Yeah.
This guy was just literally reaching for it and said,
that was great. That was great.
He missed with both hands, by the way.
Mets, which is never good. Mets fans, sorry about it. You just got swept. So I'm going to have to put this one up there. It makes me feel good about it. So sorry about it.
A little NL East trash talk there.
Trash talk. I just let the players play. Let's see. Little couple homer stuff.
Yeah. Couple in a row there, I saw.
Yeah. Well, hey, you guys don't put him on there. It was a good day. It was a good day.
Okay, was feeling himself this weekend.
It was great.
That's because my homer stuff is like Kirk Cousins missing wide open Adam Thielen in the end zone as Johnny Munt misses.
Don't depress yourself like
Exactly.
that.
But no, this one was good to see Terrell. He's getting back in shape. I mean, he first week got torched, and it's good to see him getting back to who he is,
right?
As opposed to was last year a fluke. And I mean, this is just ridiculous.
Did the Falcons win?
Oh yeah, best believe we did. All right. And we didn't give up.
Way to go, Falcons! Good job.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your victory, sir.
Appreciate it. 2-2. This one, we were talking about this earlier. How pure is Charlie Wood's swing? And how much does he look like Tiger?
As pure as it should be for being Tiger Woods' son.
Like,
it's better.
It's better.
Because he's
hopefully doesn't change
working
it. He won't change it. Tiger won't let him change it. Just look at this.
No, but like his is better than Woods at that age, just from like a.
I'm not talking about his age. I think now it's better than
also
Tiger's.
Like, not to sound anything but just like look at his ass. For how old is he? 13? No, like.
It just got really awkward.
I'm sorry, but like. All I'm saying is
I noticed his calves before that. So like right
when
here,
he's standing over the ball, that's
Phil Mickelson's calf right there.
There's dudes in the PGA Tour that don't have the definition lower body that he does.
He's got
Look
good
at that.
genes. Good genes. He's got some solid genes.
And I mean, he's got good genes, and then the best teachers in the world.
Teachers plural, and probably the best caddy that you can.
And then he'll get coached to be in front of the mic, and then he'll get coached to be in front of the mic, and he'll be all good.
He's phenomenal in front of the mic.
He was rough on that interview.
He was, but like I feel like when he tries not to be, Tiger's the same way. When Tiger tries not to be himself, he's bad.
Right.
Yeah.
When Tiger opens up, that's when everybody loves him the most. And
absolutely.
I feel like it'll be
really just going like 3 in a row. Tom Brady and Giselle going to divorce.
Yeah,
this one's good.
Sure we had this in here.
Absolutely. I just for all those that don't know, the Falcons are 2-2 and tied for first place in the South. And we're playing the Bucs this weekend for first place. I'm just saying that this distraction really hurts him. I'm 100% behind.
Is everybody in the South 2-2?
No.
Also,
just the Bucs and us.
If this is coming out now, then it's been in the works. So
I think that's what happened during the whole 10-day thing.
You think?
Or before that, yeah.
You're so insightful.
Yeah. I just, obvious things. By the way, how was it mixed?
Good. I mean,
is it better?
It's good every way.
Is it
That's
better?
too bad.
I didn't know if you'd get peanut butter start with caramel finish, because that would be
wrong.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not. I mean, yeah.
That was my thought.
I would drink them, but
all sorts of it. But this is going to be.
Do you think this is actually happening?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Do you believe the sourcing on this?
I don't know. I don't know if I believe the sourcing, but why wouldn't she?
I mean, it fits. Also, did you see AB's?
Oh my Lord! I didn't bring that one up because
the AB weekend,
because you just can't bring his up. But like,
No, but did you see the comment he made?
I thought you were talking about his pool episode.
No.
Oh, sorry.
That's a whole nother episode.
I apologize.
Exposure.
No, I did not.
It was basically a picture of him hugging Giselle after a game, something along the lines of him being on that or with that or something of those.
Could you imagine? Because Brady brought him into his home. And
then you had the exposure on top of that in the pool and wherever the heck he is right now. And
that guy's a different story.
Yeah. So the only other Twitter thing that I saw this weekend, or statistic that I saw this weekend, that
you didn't put in the group.
Well, it wasn't. It was a tweet on TikTok.
It was a tweet of
like somebody talked about it. The tweet on TikTok.
Tick of a
it was a twatter.
Yeah. It was about Ichiro, who. I mean, you got to argue him as probably a top 5 baseball player of all time.
5's aggressive.
So this stat might make you change your mind. His 10th at bat in the majors.
Oh, yeah, this stat's awesome.
10th at bat in the majors was the first time he hit 300. He never hit below 300 for the rest of his career.
Still hasn't.
He's not playing anymore, so
he's playing in Japan.
Yeah, but
and he pitches over there and just throws gas.
Yeah, because he's
50.
He's a freak.
He's a man.
Let me get.
But so we're sitting here.
I want to mix that.
We're sitting here talking about Juan Soto and By
the way, Aaron Judge is getting paid.
Are we talking about Pujols?
Pujols, set up.
Right.
Boy.
I mean, Pujols, his first at bat in Busch Stadium was a home run, and his last at bat in Busch, regular season at bat in Busch Stadium.
How badass is that?
That's awesome. That is legit.
But baseball has so many of those cool, awesome stories for some reason. It's just baseball.
So Juan Soto is currently hitting for his career 287.
Yep.
So he's been playing. He's got 300.
It's a different league.
Is it though?
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
Ichiro didn't have this many power pitchers.
He also didn't have the juiced ball. So his techno. No, he didn't.
Like, is the ball only juiced for Judge? He's like 20 home runs above everyone else.
Yeah, it seems like it, right?
But this is what everybody would like saying. Okay, if Aaron Judge is healthy, he's going to do something like this. He's finally truly healthy for one season in his freaking life, and is.
But that's why you should.
But he also plays in Yankee Stadium as his home. Okay, guys, it's.
Yeah, but his average home run is like 407 feet.
I mean, I got that part, but like also some of the ones that just happen.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's not hitting a lot of balls to right field. That's a short porch. And
yeah, it's true.
So
yeah. I can't wait for this guy to break out. He's 23 years old. He's a shortstop for the Pirates. O'Neal Cruz. He's the size of Aaron Judge, but plays shortstop and moves like he's like Francisco Lindor. He's 6'7", 220 pounds.
Seriously,
he looks like
and he plays shortstop. And
he can hit bombs.
He hits.
No, I know
he hits the ball hard.
I did not know he played shortstop.
He's like he runs.
Absurd.
He runs as fast as like a Corey Seager or something like that.
Played center
crazy
field.
Fast. No, he is a mammoth of a man.
Should he play center field?
I don't watch.
Debatable.
I don't watch much of the Pirates.
My
but
baseball watching is about to start.
There. It's about to get. It's starting. Let's go playoffs.
Yeah, I'm here for the playoffs.
Ride that 2 seed to the end.
Man. So that's our Twitter.
That's our recap or our news.
34. All right. 23 to 34, 15.
All right, let's get into our recap. We don't have commercials anymore. We switched.
You know, Brady is probably gonna get money from Giselle
in the divorce.
You know how absurd that?
Yeah, it's kind of.
I mean,
they won't,
but yes,
technically could.
He would be the one receiving child support.
Yeah. That'd be great.
I mean,
an alimony.
The exact sort of thing that I was like, oh yeah, Tom would actually be the one receiving alimony and child support in this scenario, which is absolutely absurd.
I'd be loved. Yeah.
That's
so. All right, let's get into our recap. Start with college.
I'm gonna pull both of my shitty shouts right now. Same timer.
Why is that?
Same timer.
Why is that? Why do you have? Why do you have
disgusting!
Shitty shots. What?
Peppermint.
Ooh, nice mouthwash.
Nice. Yeah, I love it.
And banana. Okay.
You know, peppermint and banana.
Do you start with banana or? I think you start
banana Laffy Taffy.
I love banana Laffy Taffies.
Yeah, that's what if you mix those two together, that's what it tastes like.
Yeah, I hate liars.
I'm a video on TikTok.
on the video on TikTok.
But anyways, I have 2 shitty shots because I brought up the rear in both NFL and college football. No side bets. I just have 2 shitty shots because I was the worst this week.
Go ahead.
So overall, we'll start with our overall. Stoy was 8-7. I was 8-7, and Cole was 9-6 in college football. Stoy coming in hot down at the bottom though with 3 wins. He hit on his money line lock with Washington State, hit on his spread lock with Kansas, hit on his over-under lock with Michigan, Iowa under 42, and then his DGen pick was Auburn, and that was what 21-17 or something like that. Close game, almost hit. I'll just keep going down at the bottom.
What happened to our Wolfpack, Rhino?
Exactly what I said was going to happen.
I'm going to keep going down at the bottom.
That's fair.
Okay. So I took Washington.
Washington.
What happened?
F off.
What happened to the Huskies? That was worse.
I mean, USC. I didn't realize UCLA was still undefeated because no one shows up for their games, so they don't report on.
They also haven't played anybody though, so
their quarterback made Washington look silly.
Bad.
Silly.
And then A&M again looked terrible. So that missed. I took ASU USC over 60.5. That game went to like 80 points or something like that.
17.
And then my DGen pick was NC State because I just love the Wolfpack. Cole also took them as his DGen pick. That didn't work out. Mid Tennessee, I thought was a great pick for his moneyline lock.
I like it.
Would they get beat by like 7?
Yeah,
touchdown or something like that.
They didn't show. Yeah,
They just didn't show up.
I mean, they won last week and they just didn't show up.
Spread lock of -28 for Cole. Georgia did not do that against Mizzou.
No, they didn't. They should.
And
have
Mizzou
lost
is
that
a
one.
bad football team.
Yeah, they're like there's
shall
nothing
see.
there's nothing to say. Hey, they're close to a top 25 team.
No, but
they were bad.
We did say that Georgia has every season has a stinker that they usually lose. By the way,
Right.
in the SEC, and they won this one.
Was it lucky that
So
they
did they have
played
another one?
that bad of a team? That they had their stinker.
But I
maybe?
mean, Stetson Bennett is like he's a very stabilizing factor for that team.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Probably
Which goes.
should get-
I mean,
he should
goes
get more
along.
Heisman hot.
And then
pick,
you also
in my
took
opinion.
Michigan versus Iowa
Too
for
white and
under
too short,
42.
bud.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Oh yeah, Michigan
Which
versus Iowa
Cole,
under was
Cole, you'll love the fact that both of your picks were under 42 and under 42.5, and they both ended at 41.
Yeah,
Both of those.
nailed it.
You're just smart.
Just like you knew. Yeah, because Iowa had any business scoring.
We'll start bottom to top. Wake Forest, Florida State. Wake Forest won that game outright. Florida State was 6.5 point favorites. Probably right that they were 6.5 point favorites at home, or favored at home. I shouldn't say 6.5.
It was a good game. It was a good game. It was Florida State's first. I don't want to say first real test, but they've been bad for 5 years, a while against a decent ranked Wake team. And
I personally think that Wake is better than 22.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're maybe more of like that 15-16 bubble 12-team playoff team. So for Florida State to lose that game, I don't think that that's a bad loss by any means. I think Florida State's probably the way that we've seen a top 25 team in that 20 to 25 range.
they'll finish there too. They're just
But yeah,
building, and that was a building thing.
Bama, Arkansas. Bryce Young goes down, but Bama gets it done. What was it? And final score was like 46-29, I believe.
So many points.
Did you see the end of this game? When the Arkansas guy on 4th and 3 at the 7 catches the ball and runs directly to the Alabama defender on the outside, when literally if he catches and just runs to the end zone, he scores a touchdown.
Yeah.
And all of our bets hit. Well, not the. I guess it.
Yeah.
The under was not going to hit.
But like
The spread.
I mean, I had Bama.
Like there was so many. I mean, there was a lot of tweets about it too. So I saw several different angles of that play, and yes, like every one of them was he ran and got tackled.
Ran to get tackled.
Yeah,
He just won't go down.
it was 4th and 3, and there was only one way for him to get 2 yards, and he found it.
He did. Hey, sometimes you just want to get 2 yards.
Yeah, I mean,
He's just looking for contact as soon as he catches the ball.
He's looking for contact.
He's just a gritty
Find
dude.
contact.
He's a gritty dude. Initiate
No,
contact as
he
the
was
offensive.
soft.
Do you
Initiate the contact as the offensive player.
He was looking for a targeting call.
is thoughts on Bama? Bama, Georgia, both playing close games. Does it change what you think about? I know Georgia went down and Bama went to 1.
Long
Any
season,
thoughts?
SEC.
No thoughts yet?
My thoughts are. I can't even say this.
I'm not going to
I want to say no.
Basically, was I was asking.
No.
Okay, cool. All right.
I want to say that Ohio State's been more consistent, but they've just not played the teams.
played
in the
anybody.
They
caliber,
play in the
so-
Big Ten. And specifically, they've played Big Ten West teams.
Which just means nothing.
Correct.
Right.
The West is no bueno.
Because I saw what happened against Notre Dame. And Notre Dame's not a good football team, but they're a physical football team. So I feel like
They're in trouble physically.
right now you can get, I think, Michigan minus 11.5. And I feel like I would jump on that early line.
Michigan plus 11
Or plus 11.
Yeah, I was like,
excuse me, sorry.
Whoa, I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah.
the other
No,
way?
No. Michigan plus
Yeah.
11.5. And I just don't see either. I don't think that Michigan overall for 4 quarters can beat them unless
They can
they
run the ball.
turn the ball over. Well, and Michigan can run the ball.
They can run the ball.
And they can be
going to run
physical.
the ball.
And their offensive line is physical.
Correct.
And their defensive line is physical.
Ohio
What?
State's crippled.
What happened to Cade McNamara?
He got hurt.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
I mean, I
and
think
I saw
that was
JJ
the
McCarthy
best.
was like,
Hey,
They
there's
were
been-
gonna make. They didn't want to start McNamara anyway. So like that helped.
There's been a lot of quarterback injuries across both leagues, by the way, this year.
Yeah.
Everyone.
So jumping up to our next game, though, Oklahoma State Baylor. I didn't see why Oklahoma State was the underdog in this. Maybe it's just because
None of us
Spencer Sanders. The only reason is because Spencer Sanders has thrown like 10 interceptions in 4 games against Baylor,
Right.
but he's still like 3-1 against them. And the only time that he's lost is the Big 12 championship, where they got stuffed on a goal line stand.
Right.
Like that's the only reason he lost. So there's no reason that Oklahoma State should.
Yeah.
And they proved it. They were the better team.
on.
Next game, jumping up to Kentucky, Ole Miss. Kentucky lost this game for themselves.
Yeah.
Ole Miss.
Just like I said they would.
No, there's no way that 3 fumbles inside the red zone would be just like you said they would.
They are who we thought they were.
But yes.
Fumbling machine.
But in terms of how you bet,
red zone fumblers.
My Lord.
Yeah.
You know how demoralizing that is for a team to have your offense fumble inside the 23 times, technically inside the 33 times.
Played right into Ole Miss's hands.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just.
That's when you start. That's when you just start cussing.
Is it the
people
first
out.
time, the second time, or the third time that gets?
It really gets you.
Yeah.
Probably the second time because you're like, it doesn't happen twice, and then by the third time you're like, wow, it was going to
We're
happen.
not winning this
like,
game.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, yeah, no, thank you. No, thank
So
you.
that game says more about how good Kentucky can be
Kentucky's
slash
solid.
is versus what it says about Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I
think so.
Both defensively are solid.
But are they? I mean, if Kentucky scores 3 more touchdowns, or even if they score like a touchdown, 2 more field goals,
I mean, I don't.
which in all of those scenarios they would have had like minimum of 9 points.
Yeah, it's still only 20-22.
I'm just asking.
I
Like,
think that's overall pretty solid.
okay,
Because you have to then weigh also that they forced those 3.
no, right.
So you have to weigh that out. I think defensively, their SEC defenses, SEC unders, is what it is. But I believe at the end of the day, Kentucky will be better.
Mm-hmm.
3 turnovers in the red zone that's flukish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless they do it again.
unless you're Iowa State and missed 3 field goals.
2 off the crossbar.
Mm-hmm.
Third one was a snap problem, by the way.
Correct.
Everyone keeps pounding him on that. I was like, no, the snap was high behind,
Well, and he
Really
wasn't
bad.
going to miss right again.
and he wasn't going to miss right. So
Like,
you do that.
compounded.
Now you slow him
aim.
down. He was going
Yeah,
left.
right.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Gonna, he wasn't going to make that kick after that.
Correct.
But the 2 crossbars, or 2 posts.
Yeah. No right upright got him twice.
I'm gonna take this before we talk about this last game, just because.
All right.
Because the last game got you. Little Clemson, NC State. I think someone
was
has
terrible.
NC State in the playoffs.
I didn't.
Playoffs? I think. I'm
But I
pretty
mean,
sure.
did Clemson do anything to?
No.
Absolutely not.
NC State had 2 turnovers. They had an interception and a fumble.
They did
that
not.
Clemson, I think, scored on both of those possessions.
I mean, I heard it said the other day, like, you got basically 3 teams. You got Alabama, you got Georgia, you got Ohio State, and then you have everyone else.
Yeah.
And
like I said in my picks, it's gross, but Clemson's going to be that 14 because of everyone else.
I mean,
I could see Clemson
disagree.
I could see Clemson.
The Big 12's not going in now at this point.
But I could see
Pac-12 number. Well, I mean, if USC runs the
USC is the only thing left.
I could see Clemson losing in the ACC championship, though.
And if they do,
based off of how they've been
if
playing.
they do, and USC has lost once or twice, they're in.
The ACC
Or
and Pac-12
would you take-
would have to have an undefeated team, and they would be the 4th team.
Correct.
And I don't think there's any way they're both having undefeated
The
teams.
thing that screws the Big Ten is the fact that Michigan and Ohio State play the last game of the year, and so there's no Big Ten championship.
Yeah, but I like that
Implications.
from a perspective of the fact that will decide, and then they're just going to go. I mean, there's nobody competitive on the other side, so it's not even like the next game's. So it'll decide it, and then they'll go play an extra game, basically.
Yeah. Oh,
But to me, that game should have no impact. Like, whoever wins the Ohio State-Michigan game is just in.
oh yeah, that's the impact.
Right.
Right.
Like, that's it. The next week might as well just be canceled.
Because the West
should be able to get
West
a
is gonna
really
put up a
good ticket
huge
to that
fight.
game.
Everyone in the West is still in it,
It's going to be a 3-loss,
including Nebraska.
3
of
or
all
4,
teams.
or 4-loss team that's in that championship.
Even if Michigan, Ohio State lose that, it does nothing for me
Yeah, I don't really care.
because they're already in.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's a Big Ten championship.
Right.
They're going to play
you
hard.
need to win that game,
But,
but
like, I don't really care. All right. Got more to say on that? Colegio?
No, not really.
All right.
But I took my shot, so.
So, welcome. Our fireside chat. This one's going to be hot. A couple of topics will be overall trust in a relationship between your planner and yourself.
It's our job to figure out what's in the best interest for you.
We have to start this thing early.
How do I play this game patient enough to see this trade turn to fruition?
Real estate in general can have a lot of tax benefits to you.
Listen and subscribe to the No BS Wealth podcast on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time.